Playoffs of ESL 1 Hamburg 2019. We've got a Clockwork for Xiaoyu. We've got ourselves an Ori Lesh. Paparazzi on the Terrorblade. PYW on the Lina. And of course, DY playing what has honestly become his signature Lion. He's one of the very few players that actually brings the Lion out nowadays. And honestly, he performs incredibly well with it.
Bring out the Lion. That sounds like something from TV commercial.
Bring out the Lion. We'll see what they get up to. Over on the Gambit side, Shachlo already showing himself on lane. Bow to your lord, says Abaddon, as he peeps out the Terrorblade down there. Dream on his anti-mage up top, doing a little swing around, a little pirouette in front of the Clockwork. Nice little dance there. Oh, he's chucking his swords, he's juggling. What a performer.
It's been a while since we saw anti-mage. You and me were discussing the picks. It looked like a really good anti-mage game to start with because there's 1, 2, 3 good heroes with a nice mana pool for anti-mage, so he can blow them up. And right now with the Abaddon being picked up, so there's some saving coming out from his Abaddon body.
You're so humble, Lacoste. You're saying we were discussing, you were calling out heroes. You called the anti-mage pick. You knew that was coming. Terrorblade, I don't think anyone really visualized that, as Dream sneaks out an additional bounty rune for the 3-1 in favor of Gambit. Looks like ViCi Gaming currently set up with a 2-1-2. Shachlo left alone down here as we do watch this Vampire Mirana roaming in towards mid. Now overall, this Gambit lineup, you know, some names that a lot of people might not recognize. There's ex-Vega players, ex-Empire, Team Empire players.
Courier mid lane.
You're absolutely right. Oh,
no!
Oh, no, he turned around at exactly the same time.
What are you doing?
It's one hit until it's dead, but it doesn't look like Mirage.
I mean, if he wants to go for a big play, shoot an arrow from the high ground for the vision and kill the courier.
Doesn't go for
like
it.
You know where the courier is.
Vampire. Oh, cutting the tree. Even bigger brain play. He just cuts one tree, finds the courier. Beautiful from this Mirana, already kicking things off with a bang for Gambit.
So far, so good for Gambit. I'm actually glad that I can see my boy FNG playing on a big stage again.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was going with that comment about these players. You know, some of them, you know, reasonably new to the tier 2, tier 1 scene, maybe the past year and a half, 2 years. But FNG, he's notorious for bringing these players together and really captaining them towards victory.
Look at the positioning from Mirana. This is how QP played, and it was extremely successful. This might be a first blood, Gary.
Yeah, they just jump in with the AM. They've got the clicks. There's first blood spilled by this Vampire Mirana. Roaming from lane to lane, from bot to
body block.
The courier, the body blocks. Xiaoyu's about to fall. The frost shield allows Dream to secure it.
And Mirana got the first blood, gets boots of speed, uses the clarity. So on the bottom lane, you have this Abaddon who's kind of sacked in the laning stage, but I don't think there's too much kill potential on him. It's a Lion, so Lion rotates, so it's going to be 1 versus 1 TB against Abaddon.
And in that case, you maybe think Abaddon has a reasonably good time down there with Curse of Avernus. And Lion up top will look to put a bit of kill pressure there, but here we have Paparazzi up against Shachlo. Doesn't have the curse, went for the 1-1 so far here. Maybe expecting, a defensive tri-lane or something along those lines. Because very often we see the 0-4-4 build from these off-lane Abaddons now.
Yeah, especially if it's a good matchup for him when he's playing against melee heroes. I expect him to put 1 point, maybe even 2 points if he just continues to play against him, but it's a 1-2-0 build at the point.
Do you know what the interaction is between Reflection and Curse of Avernus? If you reflect on Abaddon and he gets 4 hits off, do you silence the Abaddon?
I don't think you should.
You probably shouldn't. We'll see what happens if Shachlo decides to level up Curse. 2nd point in shield for now. Going to make him much tankier and do much more damage. 17-10 though on that Paparazzi TB. As we aim in onto mid again, Vampire has that avenue through the trees that he's cut for himself. Mirana looking to line up another arrow and Ori dragging the creep wave around.
He could have got the arrow. 2 centimeter long arrow. Didn't want to go for it.
It's a slow projectile now. It is a little more difficult to land at those shorter ranges.
If he lands an arrow, that's a guaranteed kill.
And with a homing missile, that's the guaranteed setup for a guaranteed kill. come in, donk Ori on the head, arrow to slide on forward, and rocket barrage up here for GPK to bring Ori almost to his knees. He's just about survived, breezing away. The Lion misses his stun though, and with the Mirana jumping forward, they connect the split earth onto Gyro, but Ori has fallen. Vampire jumps away from the Edict. The final hit from Lion drops him to 3 HP, and he has a salve if he wants to pop it.
Also another arrow. Lion should be careful.
This Mirana, disgustingly good performance so far from Vampire. GPK does drop eventually as Shachlo, what, the solo kill onto Paparazzi?
All right, that's a tip.
Excuse me.
Usually you tip the other player, not your own player. But they don't want to be disrespectful.
A bit of damage from Mistcoil, a bit of damage from the shield. Looks like Shachlo just gave him the clicks. Punished the Terrorblade who overstepped his bounds. PYW was going to take a Frost Blast, or maybe not. Clockwork has saved his life, and a nice LSA dodging through the trees.
Just playing with the fog, going in and out of Lich's vision.
Already a hectic game, Lacoste.
As expected. I mean, we have some heroes that have a lot of stuns, so that's what's going to happen.
That was kind of a big brain arrow, but DY made the small brain play and dodges it anyway.
We've all been there. Small brain plays, love those.
Absolutely. It's one of those things, you know, you watch Sing Sing stream and he very often says it's much harder to arrow a 4K player than it is to arrow a 6K. You know, you come to expect certain moves like this. Beautiful homing missile, arrow, Ori dead yet again. Vampire and GPK pairing up beautifully.
Not too bad. Gary Gambit is all over the place already with the 1,000 net worth lead.
Is that my name, Gary Gambit?
Gary Gambit,
Gary
is. It sounds like some mob guy.
I mean, KP was talking about my name changes.
Yeah, you don't want to owe money to Gary Gambit.
No, I mean, KP was talking about my name changes. The point at which I changed to GB on Twitter, there were quite a few people that came up with, you know, Ginger Bastard, funny names like that. Gambit.
Yeah, you're also coming from Great Britain.
Great Britain, exactly. Gambit Botswana was another one that Knoxville gave me. Just funny little names.
Oh, successful scan from Dire. He realizes they need to help out the mid lane.
Everything has been perfect, it feels like, here from Gambit so far, but you look at the CS board, and it's Radiant that's in the lead, but here Xiao Yu chased down by this Anti-Mage and the Lich.
One more Nova and he's dead.
Here it comes, FNG has it, the blink in, Dream doesn't quite get the kill, FNG will claim it. And it's like Lizard was saying, the AM against the Clockwork, burning through all of that mana, reasonably high mana pool, really does screw up the clock, as Shachlo finally meeting his maker. Terrorblade slays him, thanks to DY's Lion.
Very action-packed game. They even used the smoke. Lion, he needs to plant some vision on. Sitting on 3 observer wards.
Oh, are they faking it? Oh my god, that's so good. The illusion to block the arrow. That is gorgeous play. I don't know if it was shared control onto Ori. I assume it would be, but regardless, really nicely done by ViCi Gaming.
A lot of movement around the map. This Mirana also bought a bottle, so she's gonna be running around, controlling the runes.
3 to 6. It has been a lot of movement, a lot of instability here. GPK is getting his farm on, looking okay. Still lagging behind the Lash in terms of overall CS, and you see the same thing with the TB versus, you know, Anti-Mages, that comparison there. We do have ViCi Gaming farming very efficiently, which it's kind of a trend we've seen from some of these, you know, higher level teams, or these teams that know the feel of the game a little bit better. They, you know, Beast Coast earlier on giving away many more kills than their opponents.
Yeah, but still keeping up. Exactly. On the bottom lane, Paparazzi again dropping low, doesn't have a single point in Sunder at the moment.
Shachlo holding on to that point for his ulti as well. 2 and 3 into 0. Still has the 1 point for his borrowed time if need be. And Vampire, I don't know if he stacked this himself, but he's stealing out some of the large creeps.
Well, someone stacked it.
Well, he's gonna be farming it up. It looks like level 1 Starstorm trying to go to work on it.
It's not that effective. Instead, he should just shoot the arrow in the big creep. Jungle Mirana, but the opposite side of the map. This is what we like to see.
Aggressive jungling.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I mean, with this kind of positioning, he can always shoot and land a good arrow on the mid lane. Also, he's close to the top lane.
And Clockwork trying to recoup some of these camps which are being nibbled away at by this Mirana. Large camp completely gone though. Devoured by Vampire. And even popping the shrine there, Xiao Yu. Vampire sticking around, steals 1. Is he going to try another? He's lurking around in the shadows. Courier flies over. Nothing the Vampire can do about that. And realizing now that Xiaoyu does have the phase boots, a little more dangerous moving into the vicinity. So he'll back up as DY rotates in.
Clockwork about to hit level 6, just needs one more creep. And I assume they want to kill the top lane. Mid lane is way easier, or unless Anti-Mage uses his blink offensively.
FNG forced to shield himself, breaks out of the cogs thanks to the Mirana, but the hook shot onto 2 does take down the FNG Lich, not able to capitalize and get an additional kill on the Mirana, and now the pressure comes onto Dream. 3,600 net worth on the AM, still looking pretty here, but the push onto the tower from Ori with that Edict, it's already begun. He's ditching mid lane and he's now shoving.
I just want to see the interaction between Reflection and Curse of Avernus might be the thing why he's not skilling it at all. It's been a while since I saw TB, to be completely honest.
Yeah, that would be my assumption. As Xiaoyu found by GPK, now it's the turn of the Gyro to rotate top and make the play. FNG good dodge on the Light Strike array, not getting caught out by it as Bounty Rune spawning in just over 5 seconds. Gyro here to make damn sure they get their hands on them. Arrow connects with the Tomato.
I think he's fine with that. Gets the last hit instead of getting a kill.
Well worth it.
A bit greedy. Yeah, TB will pick up a casual double damage. Metamorphosis is up.
It's jungle time.
Look at the vision coming out from Gambit. This triangle of wards around the mid lane.
Yeah, watching for TB, watching for transitions up to top. I think very likely watching for the clock as well. We know the Xiaoyu Milai likes to make plays like this. 2-man cogs somehow grabbing the both of them into the cage that he's designed. And they bring down FNG one more time. A lot of support kills though. I'd be interested, like, can we see the KDAs on the left-hand side? I want to see, yeah, quickly. Gyro's died once, Clockwork 3 times, so it has been spread pretty reasonably across the board, but FNG 1, 3, and 3. Definitely feeling the pain here.
Lion has that finger online, but Moonlight Shadow popped. Has 1 sentry to work with.
Call down towards the Terrorblade. Xiaoyu still backstabbing with the help of DY in the trees, but the Moonlight Shadow comes. Gambit, they make their move. Trying to pounce onto Xiaoyu. Clockwork's a tanky beast though, Bracer wand, a couple of charges to play with. But with a Mirana arrow there should be a Shachlo kill and he'll gain it. As DY, considering the finger of death.
That's a Lion without boots, only Windlace.
Oh, that feels atrocious. And he couldn't get the finger down. Couldn't kill the Mirana. That shield, the double shield. Oh, Shachlo's so tanky. Pops the borrowed time, makes sure that he gets a double kill.
Oh, that's almost 2,000 gold on this Abaddon. Full Vlad's finished. It's gonna help them with taking objectives.
So here it is on the Gyro, something I was wondering as well. With the normal Gyro builds, I guess the more common ones, it's been Aghanim's Rush and then into Maelstrom or BKB, depending how the game's going. But in this game against Lina, Lion, Laguna Blade, Finger of Death, all the stuns, all the magic nuke damage, it felt really, really natural here for the Gyro just to go Drums BKB. I think that's a really wise decision.
Abaddon must build pipe in this game. Like, there's way too much magical damage. The thing is, about ViCi Gaming's lineup, they need to make stuff happen right now. Terrorblade is their win condition on top of netboard right now, but you also want to get the kills. You have this Lina line, you have this Clockwork. These heroes don't scale that much.
Oh, DY. Beautiful. Denies his Observer Ward. Gambit. Good sentries. Gambit are doing a great job. What have they got? 2, 4, 6, 8 sentries out on the map, dewarding the entire freaking side of their river. Vision is lacking now for ViCi Gaming. And a smoke from Gambit, hunting yet again.
When you plant a vision before them, it always feels much better, because if they don't smoke, you're gonna see where they're planting it. And DY, he doesn't even have boots, so he can't move around the map fast enough to actually plant the wards. Considering how this game was going from the start, he was struggling, and at one point he had 3 observer wards. That's not a good sign.
Yeah, it looks like some kind of, Grandmaster chess level strategy here where DY is playing, the hard position 7. Oh, FNG has boots though. I was going to say, does FNG have the same level of itemization? No. He's got brown boots. He's happy as Larry. Very similar in net worth though. But both of them very much focusing on the warding game, the vision for their teams. And Xiaoyu poking and prodding at Shachlo. Not really too much to be getting done in that mid lane. So what's the plan now for ViCi Gaming? Is it on this Terrorblade right now to make the call when he feels strong? Or do you want to try and play around Ori's Lesh with 2 big nuke ultis on your support?
They need to gather up with the Leshrac and the TB, start taking some towers. They only took the tier 1 tower on the top lane, and this lineup, the heroes on their side don't scale that much. Like, you have a position 3 Clockwork who wants to get the items, he wants stuff happen, but can't find any openings. He's 2-4-1 at the moment.
And there's the ticking time bomb of the anti-mage, right? So rarely do we see this hero. Sometimes it's quite easy to forget how important shutting him down early on, and of course tracking back into his jungle to make sure he doesn't
arrow connects.
Accelerating. You're right, and here comes the Chain Frost bouncing into Lina. Tower not going to get taken. FNG focused though by the Paparazzi Terrorblade, and it looked like DY there did get a finger of death slam down onto the Vampire Mirana, but Paparazzi now being chased. Shachlo gives it up. Back to the high ground, and this tier 1 should be forfeit now. They'll glyph it up for a few seconds. And Gambit, are they really trying to defend this? They see Xiaoyu's reasonably low.
They're dropping really low. Mirana has Moonlight Shadow to work with if they want to backstab.
Where's TB's net worth at now? He should be rocking the top. Almost 7k. They didn't get the tier 1 mid, so a good defense by Gambit, really slowing down any moves that ViCi Gaming were trying to make. And yeah, back to the ticking time bomb exactly. Scriff points out the anti-mage closing in on that Battle Fury. It's 15.5 minutes in, and he's probably going to have it by 16.5.
You always feel like you're on the clock when you're playing against anti-mage, especially if you see anti-mage with 0 deaths, 1 kill, him starting to split push, and there's a save. There's some physical damage resistance with the Lich armor, so this anti-mage will be a huge problem for them.
Yeah, especially as the panel was saying, this, Leshrac, Lion, Lina, massive mana pools, very squishy heroes. If they do clump up in close vicinity, they could get cleared up by that mana void. Battle Fury there, 16 minutes in. He's already got it done.
Yeah, one of the reasons why this Gyro is going straight into BKB after drums is you have anti-mage on your team. You don't need to be that hyper carry, so you need to just be active early on, buy some time for your AM, and have another frontliner.
Farming through Ancients even at this early point of the game. Shachlo looks like he's pretty comfortable to push the bottom tier 2 with a catapult wave, as FNG is behind him. And the Gyro wrapping in from the northern side. GPK homing missile forward. Does ViCi Gaming respond? Will they TP? No, they'll hookshot out instead. Xiaoyu doesn't give them the target that they required, and then Vampire up top. Even with a Force Staff and leaps, drops as PYW picks him up. Now, GPK's got to be careful. Yeah, that's a long-range light strike array from Lina. They've got Xiaoyu here with the cogs, the battery assault, trap him inside, but a big Chain Frost. And the Sinister Gaze, bouncing Chain Frost back and forth. The Mana Void picks off 1. Finally, Laguna Blade gets the trade back. And Terrorblade, he's hungry. GPK's his food. Yummy, yummy dinner. Gyrocopter, down you go. Gambit overextending just a touch there.
Yeah, the Clockwork didn't participate in that fight since he used the hookshot to get away from the rocket, but if they bring numbers, this ViCi Gaming lineup is scary, even though like the participation of lineup, he got the first finger charge, so at least that's something.
That's something.
Yeah, but they gotta keep fighting, and that meta is up. They should start taking the towers.
Yeah, 10 to 10. It's very even, not even a scratch of net worth difference between them. But here comes the tier 1 push. Terrorblade, of course, incredibly potent when it comes to taking objectives. Leshrac, same story. Anti-Mage is given so much room while they're pushing down his bottom lane, as Frost Shield will delay, ensure the inevitable destruction of this objective. But now ViCi Gaming can start planning on their next moves, focusing around the Roshan area, the Dire jungle, tier 2 top. try and close out the areas that AM farms. But AM can blink around the map. He can go bot lane, he can split push.
AM will join a team fight, use his mana void on someone who has spent all of his mana. Other than that, he does not want to truly fully commit. Wants that have that Manta style to get rid of the reflection and have some extra survivability.
DY giving it the old college try onto Shachlo, but it's going to be GPK that's trapped in the cogs and pushes himself out. While Ori in Viz, he is very deep. If they pop a sentry anywhere near him, he could very likely die. Moonlight Shadow to give that nice safety net of invisibility as they get the catch of the Chain Frost forward. Xiaoyu nearly dead, but Ori's already popped Vampire in the back. Shachlo will bring down that Xiaoyu Clockwork with the help of Frost Shield, but they've got a Yule's up. LSA won't connect because of it, but they get the Split Earth, the continuation kill with the Laguna Blade, and this Terror Blade is ready to battle. He's in the back, but it's DY dropping to the AM at the front. While GPK has retreated, he's dodging, he's kiting, he's baiting, and Paparazzi's fallen for it. He might be able to get a Sunder here. He does pop it out onto Dream. Can the Terror Blade do enough damage to GPK to bring him down before Paparazzi falls himself? Well, with these illusions, he might not die. PYW holds the line. GPK and Dream do survive.
Yeah, right now Anti-Mage can't really stand against the Terror Blade, especially when the meta is up, and he says sorry. He didn't use the counter spell correctly, so Sunder was successful. And look at the build on their heroes. You have Leshrac, who has BOTs already, Lina about to finish hers, so they're gonna deal with the split push. They are gonna have two heroes to even kill Anti-Mage when they stack the stuns.
Yeah, I was thinking about what does Anti-Mage feel threatened by, and really it's Clockwork Hookshot into Split Earth, Light Strike Array,
Yeah,
right?
you have this long range initiation from the Clockwork. Lion also has the cast range, even though he's position 5, so his items are gonna be tougher to get in this game. He can also initiate. That's a solo Lion. He starts 2 TPs and Anti-Mage is dead.
So we should start to see Xiaoyu, doing this. They're playing 4 top. Xiaoyu the Clockwork is kind of lurking mid. He'll push out that wave. I expect him to maybe swing down bottom because I feel like they can take the tier 2 top without him, and then he can set up for, you were mentioning, the double boots of travel to TP onto his hookshot, basically. And AM has found himself a nice hidey hole down bottom. Pushes out with a wave into the tier 2. Full jungle control for him. As ViCi Gaming, a double damage rune for your TB might just be Roshan opening up for them.
Might be, seems like it is. Doesn't even have to pop the meta. Edict plus stacking the stuns. This Rosh won't even deal any damage. On top of Illusion, also Clockwork can scout things out. Instant smoke from Gambit. They know something is up. Arrow.
It will scout, and it will hit. Lina might just get picked off by this. Roshan falling, Aegis picked up by Paparazzi, but the Chain Frost is good, bouncing back and forth. PYW, he's saved up by Paparazzi. Very swift maneuver to get out of that Chain Frost, while FNG, he's been hounded by Xiaoyu. The little man in the mech suit, he's got the lineup set up into the Yules from Ori.
I think Mirana wanted there too much. Used the triple leap plus a 4-staff, try to get the Aegis.
Yeah.
And then just died. So it's 2 supports for a Roche. Net worth-wise, still pretty even game.
Dead even. This Anti-Mage really is picking up this Gambit side by the socks. 13,000 on the Anti-Mage. Overall, what's the hero matchup late game between Terrorblade and AM?
I mean, it can go both ways, but TB comes online faster. He's about to finish his Butterfly, and then he's extremely strong. Doesn't care too much about the Anti-Mage, just trying to hit him, especially with all the stuns behind him. So and AM needs to be careful. Also, there's also an Aegis on him right now, so feels much, much stronger.
22 minutes in, and this bloody Terrorblade has got Manta drums, Aegis, Butterfly pretty much done.
Also, you need to be careful about your mana being burned, so you don't have enough to blink out. So always keep that Manta style to use it after reflection.
Kaya Yule's boots of travel into BKB for Ori. Go for that defensive item last. And ViCi Gaming fully grouping up at bottom. The last outer tower. They're literally like 22 minutes in, they've taken out every single one apart from the bottom tier 2. Very swift, decisive play from the Chinese squad. Gambit trying to mount a defense a little further forward from their tower. They've got wards up. They see everything coming. Oh, did they see that smoke, though? I'm not sure they know what's coming. They see the Terrorblade, that's for sure. The heroes behind him, though.
Once AM shows on the top lane, they're going to take it by force.
They are swinging in. There's the D-Ward. Sentry down. They see the obs. Clockwork ready. Line up a hook shot if they can get the vision. DY tries it. Little fishing expedition with the Impale. And now they D-Ward. They take control of the area. And as Radiant, you know, it has to be argued, this is probably the most important area of the map for them when you're considering breaking high ground and pushing this game towards the end, where they take that right-hand side Dire Shrine. But
oh, look at them, just straight up deeping, trying to find AM, but it's only an illusion. They also have a great way to deal with AM illusions with either Hex or Mana Drain, kill both of those instantly.
What talents is AM going for? I'm guessing the Blink talents. Attack speed, Blink talent.
Cooldown.
The cooldown. Yeah, we used to see the uncontrollable illusion, but now it really is just about having that efficient.
I'm more of a fan of uncontrollable damage.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You want the illusion?
Illusion is, I don't know, it feels a bit underwhelming, especially for level 20 talent.
Yeah, it really is. Like,
with Blink cooldown, you have the chase potential. Also, you can play more aggressively Blink in than Blink out, especially against TB and his reflection.
You can get across the map like 30% faster as well.
Yeah.
BKB for Gyro, moving into Maelstrom after. The high ground push, not committed to it yet, ViCi Gaming, but they are definitely starting to, you know, put that fear into the back of the heads of Gambit that when Terrorblade flicks the switch, when he says we're ready, and he does still have, what, another 2 minutes on the Aegis?
Minute and 15.
Minute and 15 seconds, thank you very much. It should be go time, but it looks like they're going to wait it out. Are they trying to get a kill on AM before they go and commit for anything?
It's a yes. Like, yeah, they want to kill AM plus 4 more of them, but it's easier said than done.
It really is. Dream has had a dream game. 3-0-3, almost at 300 CS. 25 minutes in. Yeah, both of the carries 10xing. 10 creeps a minute.
Look at him, deeping. Yule Scepter, let's see the initiation. Oh,
he gets the Split Earth first. Now can they follow through? They can. Impale comes out with the Finger of Death. The Hex to follow. They know the counter spell is down. The damage is there with the Laguna Blade, just barely scraping through a kill. The first one of the game onto Dream.
You just jinxed him.
I did. That's cast a curse. That is my fault. Apologies. Apologies to Dream. That Moonlight Shadow from Gambit will come to naught.
It will be much easier to initiate with either Lina from the Fog and then follow it up. Cast range talent on level 10 plus Ether Lens. Can stun from the Fog. Oh, 200 gold for that Observer Board. Aegis is gone.
Nice arrow. This is going to be a tasty kill. Ori goes the way of Gambit. A nice little trade back there. It was meant to be like a big momentum swing, it felt like, for ViCi Gaming, where they get all 3 lanes pushed in. They move up towards the base. They know AM is dead and doesn't want to buy back. But in this case, Ori dead for 50 seconds now.
That's the Boots of Travel curse. Like, you feel you're so ahead. I can be on 2 different sides of the map, and you do too much. Like, you become way too greedy. Not Merlini greedy with Midas Boots of Travel, but just the BOTs in general.
Biting off a little more than they can chew. Terrorblade back to farming now. And GPK, Maelstrom done, so that is going to alleviate some of their damage problems. Something Gambit seemingly struggling with, especially, you know, staring down the double-barreled shotgun of Finger of Death Laguna Blade. You know that one hero is going to get blown out of the water.
And they're going to upgrade one of those barrels. Lina, just 1,000 gold away from her Aghanim Scepter, so that's a pure damage.
Whether it's into the Gyro BKB or into the Anti-Mage with that magic resistance, that pure damage is going to be very handy. And if it times in nicely with this BKB that's just been picked up from Terrorblade.
Yeah. I am rather squishy hero. His strength gain is extremely low, but he bought a Vanguard and gets some stats from Mantis style. Still, Laguna Blade is going to take half his HP.
It really does need to be quick with the fingers on the trigger on that counterspell. FNG looking for the Sinister Gaze, but Ori not giving it to him. Hook shot onto the gyro from the clock, but GPK BKBs, he TPs and he says goodbye. There's nothing to stop this. They need to catch and chase for more. They pop the meta, so this is time. Good split earth, catching the flying Mirana and Laguna Blade from Luna. That really did secure the kill.
A lot of burst damage on their side. TB, 10-second BKB, same goes for Ori.
And here's the high ground push coming in. Paparazzi thinking about moving forward to try and get the Sunder onto somebody, but FNG's low himself, so they'll force back as the Mirana buys back and ViCi Gaming reset.
This Frost Armor causing them a lot of issues. 60% damage reduction on the buildings. Slows down a push a lot.
That synchronized TP from TB and Lena was beautiful to watch. Both of them turn, face, TP at the same time. AM will find PYW in the trees. Lena very speedy though. Goes for the TP, the Mana Void, the vision is there, and we've got a kill. PYW picked off by the anti-mage, and the courier. Courier scouts him out. Lena's dead.
That's a lot of gold, 800 Holy gold. Shit. She didn't even finish her Aghanim set. She was just like 20 gold off to buy the last component.
That is unfortunate for PYW. Very fortunate for Dream. Gambit feeling emboldened by their high ground defense, by their AM, who's nearly ready to fight, and the hook shot towards the Schatzlower Baden, looking to try and defend their tier 1, but GPK has it secured up. Is the chase coming? They've got a Yule's up, split earth there, the BKB. Turn and fight. They know this meta is down for quite some time.
Even though they didn't achieve anything, they just dropped BKB by 1 second, and the meta will be up in 40 seconds, so they might want to go for Roche. Roche just respawned.
And there is the big boy holding on to the cheese. Anti-mage going for bounty runes. 3-1 again, favoring Gambit. And Terrorblade going to address this bottom lane problem that Anti-mage is creating for them. And Gambit, they've been pretty tentative this game. Is that just indicative of the anti-mage? You know that you're waiting for a much later timing with him than you are with normal carry heroes?
If you make one mistake against anti-mage, especially at this point of the game, it could easily backfire and you just lose the game from there. Clockwork position 3. Look at his net worth.
Oh, Lich went for the damage talent. Gonna punch people. Yeah, 8.6k net worth on Clockwork.
Yeah, Lena is becoming that position 3 because she knows she will scale, about to hit the level 18, so some extra damage.
Very nice. Might be smoke time now. ViCi have all grouped up. Hold hands and go wandering through the forest? No. Yes? No? Maybe. They are gonna go wandering, but they're not smoking up. The pings come out from Dire. They know where they are pretty much. And Dream just gonna continue shoving that bot lane. It's all the way onto the tier 3. Paparazzi yet again has to come down bottom to handle it. Double 4 staff now up for Gambit, so they've got a couple of ways of dealing with the clock cogs.
Yeah, Clockwork is not that big of a factor at this moment. He wants to go in on the gyro, but I don't think he even has a target right now, so he should probably just save his hook for a little bit later.
GPK has that Satanic done. No Aghanim Scepter. We've talked about this. The old Gyrocopter used to be unplayable without the IO who gave him a free Ags. Then it became playable because you bought an Ags. And now GPK showing if you're mid lane Gyrocopter, who needs Ags?
I think he just wants to have an extra stun. Like his item transition is kind of natural considering what he's playing against. Want to have the status resistance, some tankiness, not die that easily. You can always fall back into the Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, still a very good late game item, especially with the Ag's Blessing now in the game. It gives so much more credence to some of these heroes. 150 GPM talent on Lion. He can move towards a Blink Dagger now. Been running around with Tranquil Boots, Windlace, and Bracer for a solid 15-20 minutes. Daedalus. That's a massive item for Paparazzi.
I like the choice of Talents on Anti-Mage. Instead of going for Counterspell Magic Resistance, he went for Mana Void Cooldown. Because there's three heroes with really high mana pool on their side. This is a game changer if you don't die.
If you don't die, exactly. If you can actually cast more than one Mana Void in a fight. ViCi Gaming trying to pop down Roshan.
That's a lot of crits, Gary.
Oh, the hook shot off the mark. GPK still going to get chased back up to high ground by Xiaoyu.
Oh,
Roshan,
the bash.
It's dead. Aegis picked up by Eurus. Paparazzi gets it, and Vampire obliterated by PYW. Oh, the AM, he's been Yulesed up. No counter spells. The Split Earth is going to come. Nice. The Mana Dodge doesn't actually get him out. Blinks away. The chase from ViCi Gaming towards Shachlo should be able to gather them up. Another kill as the Chain Frost will be evaded out. No further bounces, but he's got his borrowed time off the finger into it. Doesn't secure the kill, but a long-range Light Strike Array may be able to, follow through onto this Abaddon. He's dodging, he's diving, he's dropping his shoulder, and he's juked his way out of danger. In jumps Dream. That's a big
about to pop that Mana Void.
He's been Yulesed up, stunned up, chain stunned into oblivion, but he blinks out that the LSA wasn't there. Didn't come in time, and Paparazzi's BKB is going to be able to zone out the rest of Gambit, but the AM is still alive. He's cutting wave at the back, Abaddon falls, and the Terror Blade with the double damage rune is going wild.
Almost 2,000 crits coming out from that TB.
But ViCi Gaming don't have a creep wave. They can't push high ground. They need to kill the AM. They've glyphed up the wave. He's manted. He's
34
He's
HP.
on 100 HP.
Man, he is really toying with them.
This is brinksmanship on another level. Really, really on a knife's edge there, that AM. One misstep, one misclick, and that is him dead, and maybe even just game over. No buyback is up on the Anti-Mage. ViCi Gaming are going to make their move up onto high ground regardless.
If they could have gotten that kill. Has another Mana Void.
He's got him!
Evaporated.
And the Aegis as well. Terror Blade respawning now, but they can kill him twice here. They've jumped Dream into the back. The Light Strike Array will hold him in place for just a little longer. FNG crit into the ground by Paparazzi. And here come the buybacks. Lesh, Lion, in we go. Clockwork can as well. Terror Blade.
AM's out of mana.
Can't stick on a target right now. GPK has been forced away.
Oh, that Chain Frost.
Gambit expending buybacks, but ViCi Gaming even more so. Who did we have? Lesh, Lina, Clockwork, Lion. Abaddon and Lich Ball back on the Gambit side.
1, 2, 3 buybacks on ViCi Gaming side. Roche may respawn in 5.5 minutes, Gary. That's a lot of time.
That is a lot of time. That's a lot of time for the Anti-Mage. A lot of time for Gambit. They did lose their tier 3 mid, so shrines are open for ViCi Gaming.
Also, they should be careful about the spreading in the team fight. Whoever has low mana pool, that's an easy target for Anti-Mage, especially since he has that 20 seconds cooldown on Mana Void.
He's slamming these heroes when they've cast all their spells. Lina, Lion, Lesh, Triple L, all have to be very careful of that Mana Void or they'll take an L themselves. Shachlo, yet again, just borrowed time, sprint away, force staff to slide out of danger. But look at how speedy Paparazzi is. PYW nearly giving chase enough to catch up, but backstab from FNG, the hook shot forward, catching out. Onto Shachlo, Xiaoyu's here to commit. The Laguna Blade will finish it. Dead for 100 seconds and no buyback, remember. Push back on the cogs,
nice
might
cogs.
have caught Dream. But he does bounce himself out of danger and tries to focus on to PYW. But there aren't any targets to latch onto here for ViCi Gaming. Is it push time now, Lacoste?
You can see ViCi Gaming being strong, moving as a unit, 4 of those heroes just together. You can't let anyone behind because AM will just pick him off. And Dream doing such a good job, just creep cutting all the time.
And they didn't go and push with the creep wave that's in the Dire base either. They got caught up in that little thought process. Do we go back for the AM? Do we try and catch him, stop him clearing our waves? Do we go high ground? And in the end, they've done nothing. They're there in the mid lane, really stuck up that creek without a paddle.
Right now, Gambit has a good vision for Anti-Mage to just continue what he's doing. 1 on the mid lane to show where they're going, 1 on the high ground. Very aggressive Ward.
Oh, he's jumped. He's jumped Ori. That's a kill. Straight up. Oh, wait a second. He didn't pop the Mana Void. What's he up to? He's going to get it regardless. He does. Yeah, you're right. You are right. He doesn't have the
mana for Mana Void.
No mana for Mana Void. He still gets the...
Do you think they should remove the mana cost on Mana Void?
On all of AM spells.
Yeah, because it makes no sense.
He detests magic.
Just kidding.
He abhors magic. Make it cost HP instead.
I would take that trade.
Yeah?
Yeah, but for less, like half of the mana cost.
Yeah, okay. We can work something out. Call up Ice Frog. He's a good buddy of yours. Now the tables seem to have turned very quickly after all those buybacks from ViCi Gaming. Gambit are the ones in the driving seat. This anti-mage really has put themselves in this position very, very nicely. Dream.
A bit low on mana at the moment.
Well, he certainly is. Picked up the Skadi, has a Clarity in backpack. Leshrac dead for 60 seconds, and they know that Lesh doesn't have buyback. The fact that 3 ViCi Gamings did pop them earlier on means Gambit, they are the oppressors rather than the oppressed. All of a sudden, 40 minutes into this game, 20 to 21, and net worth lead, very little in it, but swinging the way of Gambit now.
I think AM needs full mana to take a fight because of the 20-second cooldown on Void, Reflection, which will burn his mana, also will use Blink multiple times, plus a Manta style, and he's steeping to a Shrine, wants to regen it up. Even Mirana buys mana boots just in case. Like, after the Reflection, if he is out of mana, they're just gonna lock him down if there's no Abaddon sitting behind him.
We need those Arcanes, get those Greaves going on Mirana. And what's the Roshan looking like? 2 minutes until fast spawn. Gambit are really in full, like they're pinging it out now, saying, hey, we've controlled up Roshan, we've got tier 2 top, we've got triple wards watching this entire zone, and ViCi Gaming very smartly moving down to bottom lane to gather bounty runes. But what do they do next? It's always that next move which kind of stumps ViCi Gaming.
Right now, Gambit is winning the vision game. Once again, triangle to see pretty much movement around all 3 lanes, and it also spots the movement if they want to go Roche, unless they're smoked.
There is the Ags on Gyro. After BKB, Satanic Mjolnir.
10-second Aghanim Scepter, huh?
Black Cannon going wild. Nice Glimmer Cape to save the Lesh from the Abyssal Blade. The stuns onto the AM, not going to work out thanks to the Force Staff from that Mirana. Or the Abaddon, whichever one it was, saved up that lovely, lovely AM. Must have been the Mirana. No?
If you click on Clockwork, you'll see that he really wants that Aghanim Scepter.
Did Clock force... Oh, he really does want the Ags, yeah.
That's how you know.
I think AM tried to... Clock tried to force the AM deeper into the base, but forced him out of danger instead. Terrorblade Illusions, they are a pest. Very irritating to deal with, but the fact this AM can move around the map, so... Oh, hello, Ori. Catches a glimpse of the Mirana, and that's all it takes to blow her out of the water. Roshan fast spawn in 30 seconds. Vampire straight up buys back TPs to Shrine. They want to and need to contest this Roche pit.
Big brain plays from ViCi Gaming. Clock forces his teammate to use the Ult Scepter. Oh, Lina.
Whew. Whew. PYW, where did you go? Paparazzi now with a Satanic of his own. This Terrorblade is an absolute monster. No way really for him to straight up deal with the AM unless they're kind of stuck in a vacuum and AM's being chain stunned. Invis Rune top there for FNG.
Also, level 25 is approaching. Gyro getting closer to his. Anyone else?
Edict on Ori.
Yeah. TB still needs half a level to get there.
Are we expecting the Thunder cooldown on
Thunder
Terrorblade?
cooldown is one of the best ones,
yeah.
But when there's a Terrorblade, there's always some kind of a mana burn against him, so it's not that effective. Either a Phantom Lancer or Anti-Mage in this case.
It has been rough, and it will be for the Terrorblade. Roshan, very low. Xiaoyu thinking about it, but you can see Shachlo and Vampire putting their bodies in the way, making sure that there is no hookshot play.
Abaddon Aghanim Scepter sent. So that's gonna help Anti-Mage a lot. Go in, a lot of uncontrollable damage from Clockwork, especially Lashrak, maybe even TB Illusions. So he will be healing up his teammates.
We've even
instantly Q's Blink Dagger after that.
I was just about to say, yeah, we've been seeing a lot of Blink Dagger on this Abaddon after Ags. He has the Force Staff, of course, to be able to, ulti Force Staff in, but the Blink Dagger will help him immensely as well, to be able to blink in, then force out, or even save one of his teammates from cogs. This game is gonna turn for the worst for ViCi Gaming. 14,000 net worth lead over the past 5-6 minutes or so from Gambit, as they really have maneuvered across this map beautifully. The choreographed dance that FNG has set up and orchestrated for his team. And right now, ViCi Gaming feeling like they're in an all-in situation. Try and blow someone up, get the catch, get the kill.
Just getting hook.
GPK still stunned, fingered. Laguna destroyed. GPK didn't get a chance to press a single bloody button. And now Eurus. The east wind comes. He's angry and he's blowing across the face of Gambit. Paparazzi's going to try and shred the AM, but Dream is strong. Tanky, but disabled. He's stunned and destroyed. The Sinister Gaze, the Hex. It's not going to save him. The Aegis will be popped. Now Paparazzi has decisions to make. He's got Satanic and Sunder.
Oh, dodges that arrow.
Glimmer Cape is there, and this Sunder's his teammate. The trouble being Xiao Yu has to deal with the Anti-Mage's second life, and they're breaking high ground. Gambit have 5 alive, and they want to make it worthwhile. Dream, he's under tier 3. He's gone deep behind Barracks. Terrorblade, he's got that Daedalus. Can he get some big crits in? It doesn't look like it. The AM is coming through to clean up. They've got Paparazzi dead.
Papa needs to buy back here. Also buy Refresher Orb. I don't think he has enough gold, though.
Where are the crits, Paparazzi? Paparazzi with a Laguna Blade and get Dream. It's been a long time coming, but he's gone for 100 seconds. They need to force the Barracks. Ultra kill for GPK is great,
this is it.
but
All
buildings are important. AM buys back. He's got no travels. He's blinking. He's jumping across the map, but they need to finish off not 1 lane racks, but it feels like 2 or more.
Paparazzi doing the math. Does he have enough? Sell that power threads, buy Refresher. All right, he just got it.
Here we go, baby. Refresher Orb, Terror Blade. Satanic BKB meta ready to go.
He also let it in the base to sit at the fountain, so they don't know that he has a BKB plus meta. Pretty sneaky.
Sun Tzu, man. Sun Tzu, Art of War. Make your opponents think you're weak when you're actually strong. The trouble being PYW is not strong. He is the weakest, and he's got to buy back. 2 heroes versus 4 in this base defense, and Paparazzi, I don't think he wants any of this.
That's the latest set of racks, Gary. They need to do something. Lash about to get out. Has still cheese to work with.
Mega Creep's not coming quite just yet. Ori trying to make the play. Gambit, they lose GPK dead for 2 minutes. This is danger territory now. Shachlo, he's got borrowed time, but I don't know how long that's going to last, mate.
Oh, he blinks out. You always have enough time to blink out, but look at those crits. 3 in a row.
Eurus getting the big damage out. So ViCi Gaming, they lose 3 tier 3s, 2 full lanes of Barracks. Gambit with no gyro. No gyro for how long? 5:45 is his buyback cooldown. 95 seconds is his death respawn time. Eon Disc now up on PYW, so we're going to keep the Lina alive a little longer in these team fights. And an Arcane Rune.
Whoever dies, either TB or Anti-Mage, will probably just lose the game.
Metamorphosis for Eurus still going. Moonshard devoured by the AM. Doesn't have boots of travel and doesn't... Okay, he's TPing back. He's going to return to Fountain to try and mount a defense. Frost Shield there onto Barracks, and they say, forget that. No FNG, we will not hit the building you have designated as a target. We will go for tier 4s instead.
They know Gyro has no buyback at this point. The multi-shot plus a Chain Frost, that's a lot of damage.
And in comes the Anti-Mage with the BKB up. They've got a hook shot forward. Dream is then cleared by Paparazzi. The Sunder is not coming. He's gone for 2 minutes. And Gambit have killed the Terrorblade with the AM having free reign in this fight now. He'll go on to Ori. It should be simple, simple, simple. But the cheese was there for the Lesh to be able to actually turn around and split Earth up the Anti-Mage. But Dream is so powerful. He's got Frost Armor. He's got Counter Spell. Finger of Death, me all you want. I'm going to jump in on you, Lina. Ori, he's actually going to slide away from this. Dream has been force-staffed and drifted up onto the high ground somehow. Shachlo blinking forward. They want Xiao Yu and they'll get him. Clockwork's gone. 80 seconds for him, 94 for Terrorblade. PYW TPing
Someone stop
home.
those TPs.
No one's going to stop them. They're back.
but it's 88 seconds without TB.
Lesh has buyback, but how much does that mean?
Oh, AM. He blinks away from double damage. I hope he saw that.
He's shrining. He'll blink back and get it. He knows. It's Dream. Smart play.
He was actually waiting for the rune to spawn, and he gets the best one.
He sure does. GPK. My goodness, but he has the BKB, Satanic, and he's blown DY out of the water. Ori, PYW, get back to Fountain, mates. You can't fight this 2v4, but it might just be something they have to do. The Abyssal Blade AM's in their Fountain, destroying them. Dream has had an absolutely spectacular game, and he's ending it how he started it.
Still buybacks, they're not calling it yet.
And yet another one.
I mean,
Ori's gone. That's
when
it.
it's time to call it, it is time to call it, Gary.
Game 1 in this best of 3.
It was such a great anti-mage game to start with, and in the end, whoever dies first, that fight at their tier 4 towers where they used the glyph, the multi-shot, killed all the illusions and the chain frost. Lich went in through his body, and Chain Frost did a lot of damage. He bought back after that, and keeping an eye on the anti-mage with the Photic Shield, Aghanim Scepter on Abaddon, plus Frost Shield from Lich. They can't kill him in the late game, especially if